What if I told you that one of the most important environmental projects in the world could just fit in the palm of your hand? Not a billion-dollar project, not a government policy, not a scientific breakthrough. Just this, a seed. Tiny, silent, easy to ignore. Yet, hidden inside this little seed is the power to grow roots, flowers, shade, food, and life. A few years ago, my family planted seeds like these in a small garden at home. Nothing extraordinary, just a few pots, some flowering pots, a bowl of water, and a small space where nature was welcome. At first, it didn't seem like much, but nature noticed it before we did. A butterfly came, flutter, flutter, then another. Bees started buzzing around flowers. Squirrels started visiting. And then, one day, a tiny green shoot emerges. And without realizing it, we had created much more than just a garden. We had created an ecosystem. That experience had taught me something surprising. Saving nature doesn't always begin in forests. Sometimes it begins in flower pots. And when most people hear the word ecosystem, they imagine giant rainforests, mountains, rivers, or national parks. I used to think that too. I thought nature lived somewhere far away, somewhere we used to visit during holidays. But nature isn't only found in distant places. Nature is all around us, just waiting for an invitation. A flowering pot can feed a bee. A bowl of water can save a thirsty bird. A small shrub can be a home. A balcony can be a habitat. And a garden can become a community, not just for humans, for life. But this talk isn't really about gardens. It's about children. Because something is quietly disappearing from childhood: connection with nature. Well, most kids today instantly recognize dozens of app icons. They know every game, every notification sound, and every trending video. But fewer can identify the birds living outside their houses. Fewer know where butterflies come from and have seen a seed grow into a plant. And when children lose their connection with nature, they lose more than just knowledge. They lose wonder. So, think about the last time you saw a child discover something in nature. A caterpillar crawling on a leaf, a bird building its nest, a butterfly emerging from a cocoon. There's always a same reaction: curiosity, excitement, questions. Nature awakens something inside us because it is not just scenery. Nature is one of the greatest teachers. Like, for example, a seed teaches us patience. You water it, you wait, nothing happens. You wait some more, still nothing happens. And then, one day, a tiny green shoot emerges, and suddenly you learn that growth takes time. A tree teaches resilience. It bends during a storm, but continues to grow. Birds teach us freedom, and bees teach teamwork. Nature teaches us lessons that no classroom can fully replicate. When children care for nature, they begin to understand something powerful. We are not separate from the natural world. We are a part of it. The bee needs the flower. The flowers needs the bee. The bird needs the trees. and we need all of them. The moment a child understands this, environmental protection stops being a subject. It becomes a responsibility because people protect what they love and they love what they know. Sometimes people say environmental problems are too big, climate change is too big, pollution is too big, and species loss is too big. And they're right. These challenges are enormous. But every solution starts small. Every forest began as seeds. Every movement began with a few people. And every ecosystem began when life found a place to grow. Well, change doesn't begin when everyone acts. Change begins when someone acts. A seed may not seem powerful, but inside it is an entire future waiting to happen. Children are like seeds too. When children grow up connected to nature, they become adults who protect it. When they plant gardens, they learn stewardship. When they feed birds, they learn compassion. And when they care for living things, they learn responsibility. Those lessons stay with them for life. So, before I leave you today, I would like you to imagine something. Imagine every person in this room creating 1 square meter of life. Not a forest, not a wildlife sanctuary, not a massive environmental project. Just 1 square meter. It could be a balcony garden, a flowering pot, a bowl of water, or just a small space where nature is welcome. And somewhere in these small acts, a sparrow will find food, a butterfly will find nectar, a bee finds pollen, and a child finds wonder. And these small acts combined together can lead to a giant movement. Because this is not only about bringing back nature, it's about bringing children back to nature. And when children grow up caring for living things, they grow up caring for the living world. So, when you go home today, create your 1 square meter. Perhaps our planet's future doesn't begin with a grand solution. Maybe it begins with millions of small invitations, 1 square meter at a time. And maybe one day you'll wake up to the sound chirp, chirp, chirp. The sound of a sparrow saying, "Thank you for making room for me." Thank you all.